Sa minn meta it-truppi Russi invadew lill-Ukrajna fl-aħħar ta' frar li għadda, aktar minn 2 miljun persuna ħarbu mill-pajjiż. Ħafna minnhom lejn pajjiżi fl-Unjoni Ewropea, speċjalment il-Polonja. Waqt is-sessjoni plenarja tal-Parlament Ewropew, l-Europarlamentari faħru l-appoġġ tal-pajjiżi ġirien tal-Ukrajna.
Let me assure you, Prime Minister, that you will find us together in opposing this invasion, in ensuring a clear response to dealing with the Kremlin, and in ensuring that democracy prevails. We stand together for Ukraine. We stand together with Ukraine.
L-Europarlamentari kienu qed jitkellmu f'dibattitu mal-Prim Ministru tal-Estonja Kaja Kallas dwar kif se jsaħħu id-difiża tal-Ewropa.
Dear Russian friends, the European Union is not acting against you. Our measures are intended to isolate President Putin and his government, which is conducting a brutal war against Ukraine. You are now seeing only the beginnings of deprivation, which will become much worse as our sanctions kick in. The EU has acted with an urgency, conviction, and unity that has surprised President Putin and the world. And dare I say, we have also surprised ourselves. We have indeed acted as a geopolitical union. Our citizens have responded as well by opening their pocketbooks and their hearts, by welcoming refugees, often into their own homes.
Nazzjon ta' nisa b'saħħithom ħafna.
And we are a nation of strong women too, along with the rest of the world. I cannot but admire with tears in my eyes my fellow countrywomen now fighting right alongside our men.
Kliem l-awtriċi Ukrena Oksana Zabushko, kif il-Parlament Ewropew fakkar anke jekk b'sens ta' dieqa kbira il-Jum Internazzjonali tan-Nisa fit-8 ta' Marzu.
I am very pleased to welcome you at this year's celebration of International Women's Day. And on this day, the word celebration is not, I think, a word we could use, because the shelling on Ukraine continues unabated. We have all seen, heard, and felt some of the misery of the victims of the aggression, the first of which are always women and girls.
But I am here to tell you, as a writer who does know something about language and how easily its power can be misused, that it is already a world war, not a conflict in Ukraine as it is still described in many Western media. And that you better trust Mr. Putin when he pronounces his ambitions. He has already claimed back the former Soviet bloc, which is what he really means by demanding that NATO pull back from Eastern Europe. And he won't stop unless he is stopped by an international front of all those nations who still believe that freedom and human solidarity are worth more than gas and oil.
Oksana Zabushko selmet lin-nisa Ukreni għal kuraġġ bla qies tagħhom talli qed jiddefendu pajjiżhom bl-armi u kull ma jsibu għal idejhom u talli qed jipproteġu l-tfal.
And on International Women's Day, this European Parliament will serve as a platform for the strength of these brave women to be shown to the world.
Waqt l-istess sessjoni plenarja saret ukoll attività kommemorattiva fid-daħla tal-Parlament fil-preżenza tas-Sindku ta' Strasburgu u rappreżentanti tal-poplu Ukren.
We will not give up. There will be no occupation of Ukraine. Ukraine will win. And our courageous people in the armed forces, they are proving that they are strong and they will not allow the enemy to occupy our land.
Dear colleagues, when I was here as stagiaire 10 years ago, I never imagined I would be talking and addressing you on this matter. But I'm sure with your help, we will all win for peace, for security, and for the new Europe of freedom, without dictators like Putin. Thank you very much from all the people of Ukraine.
Heartbreaking stories of those who cannot see their families anymore. There are thousands of stories like that. And this is all because there is someone who wants to invade our humanity, our love for our freedom, and our dignity.
Bejn l-2011 u l-2019 aktar minn 130,000 ċittadin barrani xtraw iċ-ċittadinanza jew residenza tal-Unjoni Ewropea bi skemi ta' investiment. Il-maġġoranza tal-Europarlamentari sejħu għal projbizzjoni ta' dawn l-iskemi għaliex fi klimhom jippreżentaw riskji għas-sigurtà tal-Ewropa.
Today, the war in Ukraine puts the spotlight on this problem. Russians are the largest group of third country nationals that have obtained golden passports and golden visas in the EU. Many of them oligarchs with links to Putin's Kremlin. First, we want to phase out golden passports. No more sale of citizenship. Second, we call for very strict regulation of the golden visa to the point that they will lose their attractiveness for callous opportunists. Background checks shall be tightened, intermediaries shall be strictly regulated, and the requirement of physical presence shall be strictly enforced.
EU residence, EU citizenship are among our greatest assets, giving access to our union, our area of freedom, security and justice, treasured around the world. And this valuable commodity is sold cheaply. You can buy EU residence in some member states for 500,000 euro. A lot of money for an ordinary person, but peanuts for organized crime. It's time to act.
Both commissioners today said it's time to act. I say better late than never, because those words need to be put into action now, and not only temporarily or for the short term. We need a long-term solution. In that regard, the call of Roberta Metsola, our president, directly on the leaders of Europe to close these loopholes and end the dangerous phenomenon of golden passports was very important. We must ban the sale of EU passports and stop the flow of dirty Russian money into the European Union.